Hey, welcome back to the Milton Price Report. Chuck Charlton here with Royal Page, and I'm the founder and main listing partner at the Charlton Advantage team. What we try and do with the Milton Price Report is give you some context and some interpretation, some stuff beyond just the boring old numbers, is to interpret and show you what's really going on. So the report covers all of urban Milton and all of rural Milton. Our team actually covers all of Halton region, so there's actually 4 of us, so 4 licensed agents plus a full-time admin. And what's different about our team is that aside from some of the amazing marketing, is we've got massive mailing lists and ways to get the word out very specifically about your house, is that we're all specialists in one part of the market. So you're not being handed to the junior partner. You're really in a position where you could say that person, their sole job is to look after my kind of home in my market. So it's a nice little concept, and what happens is our clients tend to net more money at the end of the day. The report itself, when we talk about it, it doesn't show you how to get top dollar for your house. It doesn't really show you what the specific value of your house is. That requires a little bit more research and going further in the process. But what it does show you is roughly where things are at. And if you look at the market here, this is a graph that we've tracked for the last probably 11 years. This graph shows the last 7 or 8 years, but what you're seeing is that last year we had substantial gains in property value. There was significant appreciation, and we're seeing a little bit less of that this year. We're holding a little closer, although we're above last year's numbers. Most of that is reflective of interest rates, and what it's also showing is the affordability is really getting to the point where it gets tough. And a townhouse at $400,000 now is something that it really takes a family of 2 incomes to afford those homes. So how far does it go? How many people can continue to buy the $800-900 million properties? It remains to be seen, but interest rates definitely look good. No major changes that I've seen for the next probably 3 to 6 months. It just seems like they don't want to touch them for fear of wreaking havoc in a lot of parts of the economy. So very interesting numbers here. We've got the numbers right up until the end of March, and the April ones are going to come out in May, in early May. But here's what's happened is that last year, if we look through the numbers, is that we had a lot of inventory that happened in October. It took a couple months for it to swallow up. We had a bit more of a blip, and then so between January, February, and March, we've got an excess of probably 50 listings in the townhouse range. So and you can see that even now at the end of April, there's a lot of inventory. There's a lot of selection right now for buyers that want to buy a townhouse. But the good ones are being snapped up quick, because we're actually seeing the days on the market has continued to drop down to 12 days on the market on average for the ones that are selling. 99% of ask, whereas last year it was 98%. And we see a similar trend in the semi-detached as well. There were 22 sales in March compared to 40 new listings. So the carryover is actually 18 listings coming into the month of April. Days on the market's down. Even detached homes, which typically can include homes anywhere from 400,000 all the way up to 5 million, is that we see that the numbers, 56% of them are selling. And the numbers have held pretty well there, but the days on the market has gone down. Condo towns and apartments is a much more of a niche market. You can see the numbers aren't nearly as large, but still a carryover effect. So what we think, based on these numbers, is happening is that the spring market has come, in the sense that listings have come out at the normal pace, but I think the buyers with the weather have actually put a pause on their plans. And so it'll be interesting to see in the next 30 to 60 days how many of those listings are actually being swallowed up by the buyers. Are we heading into a different market, or is it something where it's just a little bit of a delay and the season is actually just going to be more compressed and there's going to be even more activity in the spring? So we'll see what happens. The media has a habit of saying things like sales are down by 17%. Absolutely true, but that's the number of sales. Some of them have actually gone so far as to make it seem like the market is down by 17% or prices are down by 17%. Absolutely not true, especially in the good markets like Milton and some hot pockets in the GTA. So we're still in the seller's market. 62% of any given set of listings in Milton is selling in a 30-day window. And that's definitely considered a seller's market. So there's some nice feedback that people have given us. The first one was actually the highest sale in Milton, and it was the first sale over 900 in the new part. We're the only people to bring a buyer for $1 million house in the older part. And so it just comes down to some of the things that we do as a team. Is it's not about achieving average results, it's about breaking records, and we've continued to do that over the years. So what's currently for sale, why we put this in is to not, it's not a true indication of market value in the sense that asking prices could be way above or way below the actual true value, and so that the value of your home requires some more specific research. But what it does is to say, okay, if I was a buyer, where would be the place that I would look for a home like the one that you have? So in other words, to think like the buyer, what's the most competitive place to put your home? Where's the place where you're sliding in between two listings that maybe don't look as good as yours, maybe aren't as large, maybe don't have as many features? Competitively, buyers are ruthless comparison shoppers, and they're looking for the best deal. So there's a strategic element to pricing, and part of it is looking at what your competition is doing right now. So that's more why we put this list here. So there's the entire set of everything that's for sale. And on the website, you can actually find all of the sales for listings just like yours, condos, rural, semi-detached, whatever kind of home you have. There's links down below. And I've got two special videos for you. I've got a video where Colin Best and I, local and regional councillor Colin Best and I, were up in a plane going 1,000 feet over Milton, and we're talking about the development and what's going on and what the future of Milton is. And then there's another video where we went back to the office and broke out a bunch of maps and said, here's what's really happening. So I hope you find them helpful. They were a lot of fun to make. And we have 3 things that you can do next. So the first one is you can request a pinpoint price analysis, which means we're going to go further than this report, and we're actually going to explain to you in detail what other homes are selling for, and we can even guarantee in writing to sell your home in 60 days or less when listed at the pinpoint price. And the second thing is a room-by-room review. So what that is it's low-cost, high-return improvements, things that would multiply your money if you did them, and it's what to do in each room. It's creating a vision of how to get your home ready to sell it. And the last thing is something that I really enjoy. It's called our silent market. So at any given time, our team is probably working with 20 or 30 buyers, and so we may have the buyer for your house before you even decide to list it. So just let us know if that's something you're interested in. We've got a massive mailing list that we love to spread the word to, including about 700 people that get this Milton Price Report and about 10,000 people that watch our Milton Daily Homes episodes. So if you're interested, just send me an email, chuck@charltonadvantage.com, or give us a call at 905-693-9346, and have a great month. We'll see you next month with the Milton Price Report.